All right. I am here. And I have not had luck going live on YouTube. It seems to cut out around 3 to 4 minutes, 4 to 5, every time I do it. So we'll see if it works. And if it doesn't, I will choose it. I never plan. And so my phone is like almost dead and my iPad's almost dead. So I have my phone plugged in. So if this dies or doesn't work, I can go to my phone. But yeah, but I'm here. Hello. Just one person. I probably should. I'm gonna just put I am live. Hello, Tara. Um, wish I knew how to like share it on anything. You made it! Yay! Hi, Lynn. Hi, Jax. Hi, Christine. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Jenny. Leslie. Oh yeah, maybe you are just a moderator now because I made you a moderator once, Tara. Because I can see that you are. So you got a little wrench beside your name. So yeah. Hi, Paula from Florida. Is it true, Paula? Like, because I'm Canadian, right? So anywhere you live, the media is like biased or censored or whatever. But I've been hearing that a lot of Canadians have like put their houses on the market in Florida. Is that true? Or is that just like our media being liars? Hello, happy to see you. How are you doing and feeling? I'm good. Um, I I didn't. My daughter had her first dance competition this last weekend this year, and it is like full dance. So it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I kind of disappeared, and I will tend to do that from now until the end of May as dance ramps up. You haven't heard that. Yeah, so maybe it's just not true. Like I've like here in Canada, it says everybody's saying, "Oh, the snowbirds are like leaving Arizona and Florida are selling their places and whatever because of all the stuff." But I don't always believe the media. Hi from Australia. What time is it there? I hope they don't leave. I love all Canadians. Oh, thanks. Hello, Suzanne. Nice to see you again. Dance, was it in Nanaimo? My granddaughter was there too. Yes, it was. It was Synergy Dance. And my daughter got a top 10 solo, and her groups did really well, and they won like one of the overall awards. Oh, 12:41 p.m. Crazy. But is it tomorrow? Like I get confused. Is that 12:41 p.m. tomorrow, like the 26th, or is it the 25th? Pretty sure it's the 26th, right? Yes, Paula, we do need them and like them here, yay. Do you think it's Wednesday here? What day is it? It's Tuesday here. Yeah, aren't you guys, like, all the way different? Yeah, 12:40 AM in Australia. Finally caught you. Yay! Yes, the very beginning of the live. It's exciting. I don't have anything that exciting. I did a group today, and it was really good, but I just still feel like so many people need, like, some contact with spirit, and I can provide that, which I think is always nice. You're always first. Yes, that's what I thought. I don't think I could ever go to Australia just because of spiders. Like, I used to be very phobic of spiders and I worked on it and I'm not phobic anymore, but like we don't have big spiders here. Like our biggest spider is called a wolf spider and it's like this big. Um, I don't think I could do like huntsman spiders. Like I know they're not supposed to be like hurt you, but I see the pictures and the videos of them just, oh, it was under my pillow. What? No. Hello from the Philippines. Hello, Morris. Yes, the group was amazing today. Oh, thanks, Susanna. I love Australia, though I've never been there. Yes, I love the idea of Australia. It looks beautiful. I would love, like, all the beaches and, it's always, like, warm, but yeah, the spiders are no joke, like and people are just like, "Ah," they get a little broom and just, like, scoot them out the door. What? Like, "It's gonna eat my face. No, thank you." But I guess I live on, the most, um, mountain lion, like, dense island in the world. So maybe people would be scared of that, but I'm more scared of big ass spiders than I am mountain lions. Hello from Blaine, Washington. Oh, cool. Happy Tuesday. Hello. How are all of you? I feel a little less tense than I have the last couple of weeks. I think maybe because I have avoided my phone and media for a bit, and because a lot of the things that were really stressing me out, I don't know. It's not I don't know. It's almost too crazy to to, like, worry about it. I don't know how to explain it. I spent a year in Australia as a teen on an exchange program. The spiders and snakes were not my fave, but the rest I loved. To euthanize my 10-year-old boxer last night. Oh, I'm so sorry. He'd been sick and had taken a turn for the worst. He went to the emergency vet, and I feel so guilty letting him go. Love him so much. Oh, I feel like we always feel guilty. I lost all three of my dogs the year 2 years after the stroke. One like 5 days after the stroke, or no, 6 days after the stroke. The next one in March. The stroke was in December. And then the next one, like, just over a year later, and I think it's always like, it's for the best, and, we have this wonderful gift of letting them be out of pain, but it also feels like you're ending a life, and you always question it, even if you know it's the right thing. I'll send Gail to come sit with you. Yeah, deadly spiders aren't something I want to encounter. Yeah. To me, Australia is like another shade of Canada, big and free. Yes, I agree. I remember I was in Sydney in 2020 and didn't see one spider in this phase limits. That's good. You know what? And I say the spiders, but even in Mexico, like I lived in Mexico when I was young. My family had a restaurant there. And for a while, we lived like on the river in the jungle. And there were these like flat river spiders that camouflaged with the rocks, and they were huge, and you wouldn't know they were there until you went to step on them, and they would go and scurry to the side. Oh, and then same with in when I lived in Asia, in Taiwan. So I do deal with it, but, like, yeah, again, in Asia, there would be these huge spiders. We would go to, like, again, the river or the jungle or hot springs, and they would be all along the power lines, and they would be, like, this big. How are you feeling? Nice to see you from Toronto. Cool. New YouTube lives and video ads play right in the middle of your live. What? New to YouTube lives and video ads play right in the middle of your live. Oh, that's strange. I did not know that. I do know that once it's not live, there's ads. I did not know they play when I'm live. But YouTube is one area I not that I make much money, but maybe $20 a month. So at least because all of my lives I do for free. So I know it's maybe annoying for you that lives have ads, but it gives me a very small, small amount. And also they haven't demonetized me, which is, you know, nice. I think if I was loaded, maybe I could do the one where there's no ads, but I think there has to be some understanding there that, you know, I don't know, just like every other human, at some point I do have to make money. Where was I? Good day. I'm watching from Courtney. Cool. Beautiful day here. Yeah, it is. I'm feeling massive energy shifts these past few weeks. I 100% agree. Although the past like 5 or 6 days, I have felt a little bit better. So I hope you have too. We have big wolf spiders plus black widows and brown recluse. Yes, I forgot about the brown recluse. Well, they're not great. Spider cross. What? Why are you telling me these things, LR? Sprickets are creepy. Cross between cricket and no, thank you. Amber, did it feel physical? Did it felt what? Did it feel physical on the other side? ND ears always mention it feels more real that coming back actually feels like this is like a dream or simulation. Yes, it felt very physical. I felt more like myself than I have any other time in my life. And I wouldn't say that this feels like a dream. It's more it's almost like a video game or a hologram or something. Have you seen UAPs? Unidentified aerial phenomenon. One medium said in his podcast he had an experience, but only he saw, and three psychic healers at the party saw UFO at the top of the crowd they were in. Yeah, I've seen weird things. So glad you came on today. Me too. I was in the middle of feeling guilty for ignoring text messages. Then I saw you were live. So now I have an excuse. Yay. I'm bad for that. Or I'll read them and I'll be busy and then I forget about them because my memory is not great. Um, where was I? Just curious how you ended up living where you do, if you don't mind sharing. I was born here. And so I've left many times and I always come back. I feel like the island kind of draws you in, but I also am like a traveling soul and crave going other places. But my ability to travel now is less because of the risk of like strokes and blood clots. They haven't played ads during my experience on live YouTube with you. I think some people, like if you have YouTube Premium or whatever, you probably don't get ads. And honestly, like I might make $1 per video, maybe $2 per video. Like it's not, I haven't been paid out from YouTube since November, no, October maybe, because they don't pay anything until you make $100. So that shows how little I make, but hopefully more people will come here and follow me here because Facebook hates me. And maybe at some point I actually will make a little bit of money. My Lexi is 18. She's my, oh, hang on, where'd it go? Did you delete it? What happened? Oh, yeah. They haven't, what? Okay, that's good. Oh my gosh, why is that happening? Makes me feel better than if I see a commercial, I'll know it's helping you. Aw, thanks. Hi, Amber, what are your thoughts on fasting for health purposes? It's not something I do. We need nourishment. I don't know. Can I just plead the fifth on that one? When my cat was put down by a vet at home, took a few shots, a rainbow tear appeared at the corner of his eye. Aw, but it was saying goodbye and thank you. I don't know what the rainbow tear meant, but it felt very special. Yeah. I noticed in some NDEs, people desperately beg to stay on the other side, but have no choice and are returned back here. So it wasn't an exit point, but a part of their soul plan that free will can't change. Yes. And it's rare, more rare to have the choice. Most of the time, you go to the other side so that you don't die in your physical body because if your body is really not doing well, it's super hard to stay connected. And so you go to the other side until your body is ready to have you back, and then they don't give you a choice. You just have to come back. Does your higher self look like a person, have a gender? Is it just energy? For me, everyone looked like people or animals. Um, Again, that beautiful garden that so many see, like I did, is not the full other side. Once you actually go to the other side, you're not coming back. So I can't say if it continues, but for me, yeah, we all had physical form. Plus, energy times a million compared to what we are here. I hear it's really rainy where you live, right? Yes, especially when I was young, global warming is not doing us any favors, and so we're not as rainy. We live in a temperate rainforest. So, yes, as compared to the world, it does rain a lot more on Vancouver Island. But yeah, we've been not having as much rain or snow and a lot of wildfires. Oh, I forgot the gender part. We don't own a gender on the other side. Gender is a human, or it's not even a human thing. It's an animal thing, and it's not concrete on the other side. We don't identify with it. Is if our time here is giving our higher selves lessons, are those lessons feeding and informing God ultimately? Yes, but that highest energy is all knowing. So I don't think that highest energy is necessarily learning the lessons we're learning. We are learning. Um, if our time here is giving our oh, I already read that. Amber, those who have read her book, is it appropriate for someone who someone diagnosed as having terminal cancer? Would it give them comfort? It depends on the person, but I think so. I've had a few people say that they gave it um, to like help, and the person said it helped. So it's up to you and how you feel about it. My husband pays $17 in YouTube to have no ads. Yes. Can a higher self have two lives running in the same dimension and time at completely different stages of soul evolution? Yes. One being a young soul and the other an old soul. Yes. 110%. I felt like I was living in a hologram, or felt like it was not grounded in the second year after my husband passed. Yeah, grief can do some crazy things, and it's very hard to be like grounded and centered in your physical body. Loved Australia and didn't see any bugs or spiders. Oh, good. Oops, was Jessica visiting me in a dream earlier this month? I'm not sure. She does do that though. Did you feel the earthquake? Yes. I'm on the Sunshine Coast, and holy, was it ever loud. Are we going to get the big one anytime soon? I did feel it. It We thought there was an explosion because it was that like fast and loud. I was in a giant theater watching dance, and I've been in a really big earthquake before in Taiwan, like in I don't know, 2022 or 3 or 4, I don't remember, and it was like 7.9, I think, and it was such a long earthquake and lots of rocking back and forth, so when this one happened this weekend, I literally it was in between dance sessions, so there was a few of us sitting in the theater, and it literally felt like an explosion, and we all got up and we were like, "What was going on? What was that?" It didn't feel like an earthquake, but it was. What are your thoughts on Ozempic for weight loss? I think I would never take it for that, ever. Um, yeah, there's gonna be some very, um yeah, I'm not that's all I'm gonna say. Does your soul leaving your body the same for animals in tarot? Sorry, what? Does your soul Can you rephrase that, Deb? I'm starting. a pet loss support group. Aw. Do the animals have anything they want me to know? I think you're good at judging that. But I like that. That's a good idea. So I know that there are lessons for feelings of guilt, shame, and regret, but what about rumination? If you are ruminating over something, does that mean there is a lesson there also? I call it dwelling, and yes, one doctor told me Ozempic is too much of an experimental drug, needs a lot of evaluation. Yes, I 100% agree. And I think there are some long term side effects we don't know yet, and they are going to be devastating. But the other side of that coin is I have never known what it felt like to be overweight. I'm a small framed person and always have been. The only time I gained weight was when I had babies. So I don't know, the decision that goes into making that decision to take it. And maybe that meant like the health benefits and the mental health benefits outweigh any complications from the medication, right? It's, I think, an individual thing. My dog Lexi is 18, my baby and only companion. I give her baby aspirin to help her joints. I help her get around and she wears a diaper just in case. We'll pass together probably, I think. Aw, 18. Wow, good job taking care of that pup. Do we come here to raise the vibration of this creation as well as to learn? Ye- Yes. Ugh. It's more learning than, on the other side, we are like the highest level of energy. We come here to experience not having that. Is lucid dreaming the same as that experience with NDE, like how it feels? I don't know, but people have tried to explain lucid dreaming to me. All of my dreams are like that. So, and my dreams don't feel like I felt on the other side. So, for me personally, I don't think so, but for somebody who hasn't actually gone to the other side, maybe it is kind of the closest you can feel. Do our higher selves all vibrate at the same frequency or do they vary too? They vary. The only culture I have seen where they um, vibrate at the exact same frequency is First Nations culture because they sacrifice their energy in order to benefit the whole. I'm learning that the cosmos is multidimensional. Does NDE happen outside this? Outside what? I don't understand. This is why I would love for you to do a spiritual philosophy class so I can ask the questions of what is God and our ultimate connection. I'm bored with low vibration life, right? My dad remembers huge ones, earthquakes in Alaska growing up, where the ground opened. Oh, wow. Hi, Amber. I am thankful to see you live. Oh, thanks. I thought of you often after your last video question. There's a dog I don't know that I see on my walk who seems to know me. Um, is this possible? Grateful for you. Yes, it is possible. Or it can be a soul connection. Hi, Amber. Hope you're doing well. Try any good recipes lately? No, I've kind of been in a cooking rut, just doing my same thing because I have such a hard time following recipes now. The world has been crazy lately. So my husband and I started baking bread and it's been good. Lots of carbs around here. Yum. I used to make bread all the time until I couldn't have gluten anymore. It's a sad life. If we're here for experience and lessons, then dating back to Neanderthal times, was it the same thing? Because that was more for survival and not these millions of scenarios we can choose now. So is this going to blow your mind or not? So the Neanderthal times actually is a different dimension. We didn't evolve from them. But as we are becoming more enlightened, we have been able to access other things from other dimensions. Same with the dinosaurs. Uh, it's a different dimension. So the dimension of like Neanderthals is was a it's a dimension that is like if our Earth and our dimension is high school, the sort of Neanderthal dimension, it was like grade 1 or 2. So we all lived there to learn enough to access other higher dimensions, and Earth is a higher dimension. Does that make sense? Or do I sound totally crazy? Was Mary Magdalene actually Jesus's partner or wife? Um, I don't know the story, I don't know, like, I recognize the name, but they say no, so I'm gonna go with no. Sure, if an animal dies in horrible, painful, suffering death, does their soul leave? Yes. Or do they feel every bit of it, like being run over by a car, for example? Yeah, they get the same wonderful gift as a lot of humans. They don't have to feel it. Ozempic might be useful for a limited time, but not for a lifetime, as doctors seem to want. Since empaths are sending sensitive to other people's energy, are many empaths also sensitive to bright lights and loud sounds, since light and sound are a form of energy? Some, but not all. I'm very sensitive to light and sound, but I think it's more of a brain injury thing. You said our higher selves have personalities. What created their different temperaments, all of their lives, and all of the things they've learned? Is there a practice or ritual people could use to help with anxiety or limiting beliefs that are very difficult to shake? Yes. Expose yourself to that which makes you the most anxious until you don't feel anxious. And do that over and over and over again until it's like, you know how you say a word enough, it becomes not a word? Like if you, I don't know, say like what? Computer, 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 and you say it over and over and over again, and it kind of ceases to feel like a word. Do that with the anxiety. Does food still taste like garbage to you? Yes, it does. There's a few things that don't, but those few things, if my brain is tired, will taste like, and it's not garbage. It's actually um, rotting flesh. I can't say it out loud because they'll probably censor me, but it tastes like that. Yeah, like I used to work in a medical detox, and it was in like a converted like old house, and a raccoon or something went underneath and died. If you've ever smelled that smell, it's like the worst smell ever. That's what it tastes like. Oh, I'm gonna gag. Uh, if a person is First Nations plus multiple other ethnicities, do one's vibrations vary across incarnations? I don't know. That would have to, that's a very specific question. I'm not totally sure. And I also don't know what happened. Like, I'm pretty sure First Nations aren't First Nations infinitely through time. So, yeah, I don't know how to answer that. Like, I can't put a human answer on that question. That makes sense. Fascinating about the Neanderthals. Thanks. You're welcome. Greetings to all. Hi, Anne. Um, so, is Darwinism and the theory of evolution wrong? Asking for a friend who I don't believe has evolved. Yes. Yes and no. There is such thing as evolution. We adapt to our environments, and we have seen that even in my lifetime, certain animals and things adapt to the environment. As the world has gotten warmer, things have had to adapt. So yes, we adapt, but there's no time in this specific dimension of human history that we came from monkeys. And you don't have to believe me, but also don't be mean to me. Is there a reason I feel closer to animals than people, in particular cats? And is it important for my growth? I think a lot of empaths um, are more attracted to animals because we don't have to decipher their energy. They give us how they're feeling, and it's not so confusing and exhausting. Trying so hard not to ask for silly advice, as this likely isn't the topic theme, but ancestry DNA helped me discover a biofather, and I think I have no way of contact beside his sister's LinkedIn. What? I'm super confused about I think you need to I don't get it. Thank you for explaining the Neanderthal era. So makes sense. Oh, good. I'm going to say that I think I have a gluten intolerance too, a realization that probably I have to face soon. Oh, you know what? I kind of wish I hadn't quit because now it makes me even more sick. And I didn't realize how sick I was until I stopped it. And it's been a long decade. By the way, Dimensional Lives explanation was quite clear. Yay! What do your guides have to say about vibrational healing? I think if it's meant to be healed, then it's great, but some things aren't meant to be healed. We're meant to learn from them. How do you train your brain to think healthy, helpful thoughts instead of a loop of thoughts that are not helpful or healthy from a prior semi traumatic experience? What to break thinking behavior patterns. So again, that's like I call it dwelling. We think about the same things over and over and over again. And most of the time when we're doing that, it's because we have avoided some type of lesson we were meant to learn from that. So if you find yourself going back every time you're stressed or every time you're anxious or every time you're angry, going back to certain specific situations or things that you're supposed to be learning or not learning, try and think, okay, if it's still bothering me, if I'm still really stuck here thinking this thing or that thing or feeling this way, there has to be something I was meant to learn. Start to sort of pick apart the situation and the lessons you might now be ready for that you weren't ready for when it first happened. And feel this. What? I still don't quite. My husband and I witnessed a UFO years ago. Why would they come here? They seem so much more advanced. Because time and space for some dimensions don't exist, and it's just part of their life. What if it is generalized anxiety not brought on by something specific? There's still a lesson there and something you could focus on. But with generalized anxiety, you always have to rule out a medical cause for it first, because not everything has an energetic cause. When someone is an enlightened being, has their ego been completely dissolved? To what extent does their higher self shine through? I don't think you can be human and have no ego. The ego is just your human self doing human things. If anybody says they've conquered their ego, they're full of crap. I'm so nice, right? Um, I'm gonna re-listen from the start when this is over. Sounds like I missed a lot. What is the most beautiful tradition or ritual of First Nations culture believe we can learn more about and from? Honestly, empathy and connection and lack of judgment for each other. And I'm not saying there's no judgment at all, 100%. There always is. We're human, but there's so much more understanding and less blame, I think, when they're trying to actually see the person and not the things that that person has done due to pain or whatever else. What is it? Words. Generational trauma rather than becoming angry. I feel like they have done an amazing job of coming together and building each other up, even while still experiencing so much of what their ancestors had to experience. Because you know what? Sometimes humans aren't nice still. Okay, I'm gonna choke and I have no water. Um, I lost my spot. Um, if anybody reads it, would love to know what their gut says. Reaching out. Sorry, Amber. No, that's okay. I worked detox too. Yeah. Ooh, first time catching you live. Welcome. Do colors have vibrations? Yes. Do you notice anytime I'm working, I'm wearing light colors? Go back through videos. In the very beginning, I would wear dark colors, but it affected me, so I wear light colors. Um, can the soul leave the body of a child when the child is experiencing something traumatic so the child will not remember the entire experience? 100%, yes. Do you believe in twin flames? How about your guides? What is your definition of twin flames, Donna? Did the Anunnakis alter our DNA to create servants to mine gold? No. I don't know what any of that means, but they say no. So, no. I struggle sometimes distinguishing between a gut feeling and fear. Example being not walking in the woods thinking a bear or cougar is there. Gut feeling or fear, your thoughts. It's hard. For me, it feels different. So I feel like intuition in my chest. I feel fear, anxiety in my more lower gut. And you need to be able to differentiate because sometimes I won't go hiking because I think or know that something is going to happen. And it's not always a bear. Sometimes it's somebody I maybe don't want to see. Um, yeah, so you have to learn to differentiate between anxiety and intuition, and it's a process and it takes a long time. Are you certain are certain people meant to come into your life like destined relationships? Yes. When my cat died, someone very close to him came close to death at the same time. They felt he passed in order to save them. Do pets do this for those that they love deeply? I haven't seen it, but Gail said very, very rarely they do. Um, I haven't seen it though. Does your husband still eat gluten? Yep, and my son, but not me or my daughter. I was diagnosed with celiac disease 5 years ago. I miss gluten, but my body is so much healthier. Me too. Isn't it annoying? It's just, oh, it's the worst. I've heard past life regressions where people have experienced being animals. One guy, a fish, who felt sad being caught, but felt touched by a child showing pity for him. Another woman, a hedgehog. Okay, so I have yet to see us as animals. I want that to be able to happen because I want to be an elephant, a whale, a horse, and a dog. But I haven't seen it yet. Does my newly discovered bio dad want to know me? Can't find contact info besides his sister, someone who used to know him swear he would like to know. You already know the answer to that, Ray, so just do what's in your gut because you're wanting me to answer you, but that's a decision you have to make, and you already made it, so just listen to your gut. Do our higher selves choose our fears? If so, why would we choose our particular fears? Um, I life experience creates most of our fears, rather than our higher selves. Uh-oh, my son. Sorry, I gotta answer the phone. Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. He is fighting. Sorry, guys. Mom. Sorry, guys. Kids come first. Oh, all right. Sorry, guys. My son needs to be, he does martial, like Muay Thai and like MMA, and he has hurt his knee. So I have to go. And you guys have asked so many questions, and I won't be able to see them because they go away. You guys should retype your questions once this is what's the word, posted. Um, and I'll see if I have time tonight to sit and answer a few of them. Um, but yeah, I gotta go get him because yeah, he's got an owie, so I got to go, and he's in an adult fighting class, and he's only 15, so he never calls to be picked up. That's gotta be it. So thank you all. Please follow me on all my social medias, and get my book. See it? It has all most of the answers for the questions you have asked, and it's super easy to read and brain injury and ADHD friendly because it's double spaced. It's wonderful. Thank you. Bye.